Hey guys, what's up? This is Red Raven, part 2, and this is actually take 2 of part 2. We had a little bit of a mishap. I forgot my FL hotkeys mess with my recording program's hotkeys. I accidentally stopped the video halfway through. Did not go well. So, this is what the sound was sounding like when we left off. Turn that up for you here. So, you see how that was sounding. Now, what I've gone and done is I've turned on oscillator B as a sine wave at ratio 0.5, and I've given it some wave shaping. As you can see here, this is oscillator's B wave shaping line. And then I've turned on oscillator A, modulating it with a spectral 3 waveform at ratio 0.5, and I've then gone ahead and gone into the mod matrix and set the free LFO A to control volume A, and I've gone ahead and turned the amount down on all of them to 26% from, I think it was like 58. That was just too much. I want the wobble to come from the LFO. And in the LFO, I've gone ahead and turned a low pass, 12 dB low pass with some distortion and no res at a 1/4 wobble rate at full amount. And I'm going to turn the knob down to, in your readout, 2.6 kilohertz. So you hear how that sounds. It's almost kind of got a guitar type sound going to it there. So now we're going to get into the mixer effects, which I already kind of started in part 1, or take 1 of this video here. So what I've done is I've added a Camel Crusher, a freeware distortion plugin by Camel Audio. You can get it at camelaudio.com. Great little distortion plugin. You've got 2 mag, you've got a filter, you got a master volume and mix, you have a compressor with a little button called fat mode, which you cannot resist to press, and when you do, it does just that. It makes it fat, nasty, and just fucking awesome. Let's take a listen to this. So you hear that, that's booming, right? Now let's throw this next thing I'm getting ready to show you is so new to me. I'm sure it's been out there a while because it's been released for like a year and a half, I believe. I just stumbled onto it last night somehow. So this was not used in wicked intentions, but I'm loving this thing, so I'm going to show it to you in this video. It's called Big, Bass Integrated Gain, and it's by Acme Bar Gig, and it's awesome. Just take a listen to this. I'm going to have to turn the volume on the bass up because it will kind of cut the volume a bit. Almost sounds like a bass guitar playing chords now, doesn't it? So let's run with it, and let's add this CMT. Sorry about that. That would be my mother calling. Should have turned my phone down, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn some drive on, and you're going to want to turn down your mixer channel in this because CMT Bit Crusher's gain drive does exactly that. It's a gain drive. So let's add another Camel Crusher on top of that. Whoops, finger slipped. Touchpad here. Okay, so we've got a second Camel Crusher. We're going to turn this compressor amount down a little bit. And now we're going to parametric EQ to this. We're going to roll off everything below about 50, 60 hertz here. And we're going to do this with about 3 knobs just to ensure it, because sometimes you will find if you throw another EQ on it, there is still frequencies playing there. It's rather annoying, but understandable. So you just kind of have to fix it with some of that. I'm going to roll off some of the trebles and boost around 500, just a little bit there. And we're now going to be sounding like this. And you're going to say, Austin, you just lost all the power of the instrument. Well, I'm going to turn the volume back up. And it does sound like you've lost some power, but that's because you layer this with a sub bass. And since I have time, I will show you how I generally do it in a couple different methods probably. So what I'll do is I'll clear my screen, I'll bring my step sequencer over. I'm going to go to channels, add a 3x OSC, and it looks like this. We've all seen this before. I'm going to set oscillator 1 CRS to -24, turn off the volume on 2 and 3, right click on C5 down here, and that changes your root note. So now, and I need to set this to mono by setting polyphony 1. Okay, and then one way you can layer these two sounds together, by like when you want to play on your keyboard and just jam out and hear how it's going to sound, and you want it to boom and have that bass at the same time, right click on the blue because it's at the top, go to insert, don't do replace, do insert layer, and that'll put the layer above the one that you right clicked on. So that's why I said blue, because you can now name this layer bass and sub. Open it up here, make sure you can still click this if this is up, and you're going to left click on blue, right click on the subs light so that you select them both at the same time, set children, and now when you go to your layer, you will have them playing at the same time. And if I bring up the mixer, the sub is now here, and I'm going to EQ it. There we go. And I'm going to roll off everything above about 70 hertz. Actually, we'll go maybe 75. And this will just kind of help gel it in with the wobble bass because it has frequencies there. And we're going to turn it up a bit. And so now when we go into the layer, we have wobble, and a pretty sick, distorted, crazy sounding wobble with some good bass from the sub here. And I know that got a bit loud, I apologize, I wasn't really paying attention there. That blue has gotten if you throw that big amp, this one here, if you throw that on there, you're going to want to compress your wobble bass because it adds this peak at the beginning if you hear. If you watch the dB meter, well maybe not because I've got it running through Camel Crusher's compressor here. So if you add the Camel Crusher after it, maybe not, but usually you do. There's your patch made from scratch. Have fun.